Gojo's Infinity is one of the most misunderstood abilities in all of anime.
Millions of fans know his power,
but very few people know how it really works, to the point where even Oxford submitted a mathematical essay to explain Gojo's Infinity. The one question I asked when it comes to this ability is, can the Sonic cast bypass this Infinity? Hey guys, I'm DontDothatShi, and today we're going to be talking about which one of these Sonic characters can bypass Infinity and cannot. If you guys like these type of videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let's get right into this. To first understand how Gojo's Infinity truly works, we need to actually look at where it explains it in the book, and where else to start but the manga. Hold on, let me just... Oh god, yeah. Got it right here. So in JJK, Gege specifically describes Gojo's Infinity as an ability similarly correlated to the Xeno's paradox, referring to the likes of Achilles and the tortoise. The easiest way to explain this to someone: imagine a man and a tortoise both run at distances. The tortoise runs 100 meters, and by the time it takes for the man to catch up to said tortoise, the tortoise has already moved a distance. Theoretically, if that keeps happening, the man will reach an infinite distance, not surpassing the likes of the tortoise. That's what Gege specifically mentions towards Gojo's Infinity ability. Gojo's ability deeps it more into the mathematical subjects, where we look into the literal, yes, the Oxford study for Gojo's Infinity. It describes taking a finite space and creating infinite divisions in between said space, and it's because of this reason anything with a measurable mass or speed cannot bypass Infinity, for the sole exception of Sukuna and Maharaga. As of currently, we know that there is one official way to bypass Infinity, having a speed that is immeasurable to be able to be calculated. As it is to have normal speed, you need distance over time. If you are able to go at a speed and a distance that is immeasurable and reaches Infinity, or goes faster than Infinity, then it should be able to mathematically bypass Infinity. Another way that Gojo's Infinity is also counted is by Maharaga being able to adapt to Infinity, which is very easily explained in the Oxford study. I will cite it down because you guys do need to read this. Instead of directly aiming his slashes towards Gojo, he is now aiming it around the space around Gojo by expanding his target from Gojo to reality itself, simultaneously slashing Infinity and Gojo. And by doing this slashes both the space around Gojo and Gojo simultaneously. So as of now, we know there are two ways to bypass Infinity: have it being reality warping and control, or having a speed that is more than infinite. Now bring it to these Sonic characters. There are a plenty amount of Sonic characters that can actually beat Gojo, and not only can beat Gojo, our main question of bypassing Infinity. As of first, let's talk about Sonic the Hedgehog. It's an easy thing to say Sonic can bypass Gojo's Infinity, due for two main reasons I am going to bring up. My main example is Solaris. Solaris by far is one of Sonic's strongest opponents ever to exist. This thing has stated in the games and the subtext of the games to transcend dimensionality and obliterate the concept of time, making his speed totally irrelevant and beyond the likes of Infinity. And this is him in only his first phase. Supersonic and the likes of Super Silver and Shadow were able to beat him in the first phase. And it's because of this, Solaris transforms into his phase 2, which is now ascended beyond the fact of this. This already puts him at a 5d60 threat. And the fact that Sonic is able to beat this in that form, to make him form into that, for him able to bypass Infinity. Not only that, if we want to talk about just base size Sonic, we can bring up the likes of the Time Eater. The Time Eater speed is also the exact same issue. The Time Eater has an immeasurable speed because he was able to fly to the end of time. Now we know that the space-time continuum is constantly expanding, and literally, as we speak right now, it's expanding like 50 billion times. As we are speaking right now, space is infinitely expanding, so the fact that the Time Eater was theoretically able to reach the end of time, and Sonic was able to beat said Time Eater, shows himself that Sonic is able to bypass the speed of Infinity, and it's due to that reason Sonic is 100% able to bypass Infinity. Taking it to its Metal counterpart, Metal Sonic can also do the exact same thing for a multiple of different reasons. One key reason is Neo Metal Sonic. We see Neo Metal Sonic especially in Sonic Heroes, and we've seen that his ability to be able to copy biodata is one of his strongest feats yet so far, to the point where when he became Metallic Madness, he was able to fight the likes of 4 different Sonic teams, and wasn't even able to be defeated until Super Sonic entered the battle. Metal Sonic's encounter with Gojo would be a particularly more interesting one than the likes of Sonic. Due to Metal Sonic being able to copy anybody's biodata, it makes me think, could Metal Sonic copy Gojo's abilities? And if so, how cooked would Gojo truly be? We already know through Metal Sonic's biodata copying abilities, as I explained in my other videos, that is due to this reason, he can also move at not only an immeasurable speed, but also break reality, which are the two ways how, as we know, to bypass Gojo's infinity. And so for this reason, I also say Metal Sonic can bypass Gojo's infinity. Now, bring it to a more of a controversial character, I'm going to say, as of now, Silver can bypass Gojo's ability. As of now, I believe Silver the Hedgehog can bypass Gojo's infinity. Silver so far is one of the few Sonic characters with a genuine argument for bypassing infinity. It's because of his psychokinesis that may directly act on the target, sending a physical attack through space. However, since Jujutsu Kaisen never shows infinity interacting with telekinesis, this remains an interpretation rather than a confirmed fact. We've seen him being able to use his psychokinesis on characters we have already explained can transcend the speed of infinity. But the main question is the psychokinetic abilities bypassing space? And if so, can it bypass Gojo? And it's due to that reason I want to say Silver's more on defense. It could really go either way. If he wanted him to bypass infinity, he could, but you could also argue at the same time Gojo would be able to negate the effects of psychokinesis. And it is because of that I'm still actually on defense with that. Another character I would actually argue could maybe bypass infinity is, hear me out, Tails the Hedgehog. Now, we talked about Tails the Hedgehog in our previous video about how scary he really is as a character. But the one thing we also need to highlight is his intelligence in Sonic Adventure 2. We've seen him being able to recreate the powers of the Chaos Emeralds. I really know that it's stated in multiple texts and multiple versions in the entire mainline Sonic games that the Chaos energies hold infinite energy. And it's because of that infinite energy possessed in the Chaos Emerald, this allows people like the Hedgehog to be able to turn super form. I believe Tails can manipulate that Chaos energy to create a beam that could bypass the likes of infinity, not of sheer power, but speed. If Tails can invent something that could bypass speed itself without any mass or weight, but is purely faster than infinite, I believe that Tails could actually bypass infinities with one of his weapons. Tails alone has no ability to do such thing, but with his sheer intelligence, he might have a chance of beating infinity. And another smart character I also believe has the same ability is Eggman. Eggman was able to somewhat tame the Time Eater and able to use his time-like abilities to create a weapon to fight the likes of both Supersonic Modern and Supersonic Classic. That itself is being able to manipulate time and reality itself, which are one of the two contenders to bypass infinity. I believe if Eggman was still in the Sonic Generations timeline, he would be able to manipulate the energy and the sources of the Time Eater and use that to go against Gojo's infinity. It's a bit overkill, yes I do know, but I still believe there is a chance that Eggman still can bypass Gojo's infinity, and it's because of that I'm also going to say he does the same thing. How else can we talk about Silver and Sonic and not include Shadow? I believe Shadow himself can also bypass infinity for the exact same reasons we have given Sonic, and not only that, Shadow does possess some alternate abilities that Sonic didn't initially use, such as Chaos Control. We know that Shadow always possesses one Chaos Emerald with him, and being able to use Chaos Control is a big up towards Gojo's infinity. We know that Gojo's ability divides space infinitely, and because of that it has a measurable speed and measurable mass. Now, freezing time, if we want to technically talk about this, freezing time, if you are able to move in a time that is frozen, you are technically moving at an immeasurable speed. For speed to properly exist, you need to have distance and time, and without time you technically become limitless. And it's because of that I believe not only can Shadow just bypass Gojo's infinity normally with the feats that he's used in Sonic 06 and Sonic Generations, I believe that he can also bypass infinity by using Chaos Control. Hedgehog aside, let's talk about Knuckles the Echidna. Knuckles is actually one of the characters that I could actually say wouldn't be properly able to bypass infinity. Knuckles does not have any strong enough feats to be able to say that he can officially bypass infinity. As much as he is a heavy hitter character and very strong feats, strength does not matter in a situation if you cannot bypass such infinity. And it's because of this reason, due to lack of evidence, I don't think Knuckles can bypass Gojo's infinity. And because of that, he's one of the only characters that can actually say doesn't do that. All the characters we've said so far, 5 out of the 6 of them can already bypass infinity. Are there any characters you guys think could bypass infinity? And if so, let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was a really fun video to make. As you can see by the thumbnail, very special. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And you guys tell me what characters you think can bypass Gojo's infinity. Make sure to like the video, and just like that guys, DDS out.